New Year's Eve, 3 days away. You're looking for appetizer recipes, New Year's Eve treats, whatever you're looking for, we got it for you right here.
Yep.
We've got it. We've got years worth. We also have a new one that we're gonna be making. I don't know how new this is, but a few of y'all have asked me about it. If we have tried the Cool Whip candy. Now this of course isn't Cool Whip, it's great value, whipped topping. All you have to have is 2 ingredients, the whipped topping and powdered sugar. Now if you want to, you can dip them in chocolate. I'm not quite sure how that works. First, we're just gonna make this Cool Whip candy, and we'll see what happens about dipping it in chocolate later. All we're gonna do is mix this 8-ounce container of thawed whipped topping with 2 cups of powdered sugar. Then we're gonna make it into little like dollops. I'm probably just gonna use my cookie scoop. Sissy's measuring out the powdered sugar, and we're just gonna mix this, and then I'm gonna line a pan with some parchment paper. This is kind of reminding me of those, we saw them on a vintage Christmas recipes video, Forgotten Kisses, I think they were called. I mean, this isn't how you made those, it's just gonna kind of look like them. I've seen people making chocolate Cool Whip candy too. I guess they just put some melted chocolate in it or chocolate syrup or something, I don't know. We're just making the regular recipe. Y'all let us know if you've made this before. It's feeling like marshmallow fluff now.
Ooh, can I mix it?
Mm-hmm. You mix that, I'll get a pan and some parchment paper. We're just gonna drop these on here. Y'all are gonna take a journey of holiday appetizers and treats. And when you come back, we'll be ready to see what these Cool Whip candies are all about. Now, if you wanna just put sprinkles on them now, you can, but we're gonna try to dip a few in chocolate, so we'll leave some plain. This pan we'll put some sprinkles on top of. I have the other ones in the freezer. Okay, now these are going in the freezer. And all the recipes were different. Some said freeze for 30 minutes, some said an hour, some said 2 to 3 hours. So we'll just put them in there and see how long it takes until we can pick them up. We're gonna go ahead and get the brownies in the oven first for the brownie bombs. So we're gonna make these just like the box directions. The only thing is we're gonna take them out 5 minutes earlier than it says. So for a 9 by 13, this says 20 to 23 minutes. We'll take them out around 18 or 19 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and spray the pan. I think I hear a helper coming. I do. 2 eggs going in there. Once we get the brownies in the oven, we'll go ahead and start the cheese balls. I sat the cream cheese out earlier. Okay, now we're gonna pour this into, this. Alright, for the cheese balls, we're putting in 2 blocks of softened cream cheese. We're putting in this packet of ranch mix. And you can put in whatever you want to put in here. I'm going to put a little bit of my peppercorn. Oh, I might need to open it. Might need to not drop the lid in there. That was just this peppercorn medley. We're going to put some paprika. You can use shredded cheddar for this part, but I already have some shredded mozzarella, so we're gonna go with that. part gets a little messy, but you're gonna take some of the cheese ball mixture, roll it into a little bit of a better ball, and then roll it into your bacon and onion mixture, just like that. And then we're gonna sit them over here to the side and do all the rest of them. Some of my onions are still a little bit too big. Oh goodness, I gotta get the brownies out real quick. Okay, the brownies are out. We're gonna let them cool down while we're making these cheese balls. Then we'll make the peanut butter mixture for the brownie bombs. Okay, so we've got the mini cheese balls ready. Now we just take these pretzel sticks and stick right down inside of them. And that's it. We're gonna stick these in the refrigerator and they are ready for New Year's Eve. Once I get them on the tray, I'll put a little bit of plastic wrap over the whole thing. And you can make these as big or as small as you want. Some of these are bigger than the other ones. You could do really little ones about that size and probably get about 30 or 35 out of that batch. Alright, I got the stuff washed up from making the cheese balls. Now we're gonna make the peanut butter filling for the brownie bombs. So in this bowl, we're just gonna put some creamy peanut butter. I think about maybe a little more than half a cup will be enough. Now we're gonna put just a little bit of powdered sugar in here, just a couple of tablespoons, and a little bit of vanilla. While she's mixing that, we're gonna go ahead and start cutting the brownies into little squares. I'm thinking just about this size. Now these, like I said, we didn't bake them, you know, the full time, so they're really soft. That's what you want because we're gonna press them flat. Now we'll come this way. So we're gonna take the square. Some of these are a little smaller than the other ones. You know what? I don't know. We might not need these crusty ends. Anybody want a crusty brownie end? We're gonna press them down and roll them into a ball and then flatten it out. Just like that. Now we're going to take some of our peanut butter and then fold the brownie back up around the peanut butter. It's okay if the peanut butter still shows a little bit because we're going to dip these into chocolate. There we go. So now we're going to sit this over here to the side, and then once we get them all made, we're going to stick them in the refrigerator for about 10 or 15 minutes. We're gonna get everything ready for chocolate covered pretzels and strawberries. So we have these pretzel rings. We got these from Aldi several weeks ago. And I found some Snyder Snaps pretzels at Ingles, so I got some of those. And I also got this Candy Quick coating. I've never tried this before. We're gonna give it a try. My favorite kind of chocolate to use, especially for chocolate covered strawberries, is called Dip and Devour. Ingles used to carry it. I haven't been able to find it there in a while, but that kind, if you ever see it, is really good. It's the little chocolate wafers. They're in like a little cardboard carton bowl thing. They didn't have it, so we're gonna try this Candy Quick coating. I also have just some regular chocolate chips if we want to melt those, and I have some white chips here that we're gonna melt in case anybody wants to do white ones. You want to chocolate cover some pretzels? You think you're gonna make it until midnight?
Yeah, with you, won't we?
Okay.
Can I stir it?
Very good. We might have needed to change your shirt first, you think?
Oh, yeah. Nah.
Which one do you want to put the pretzels on? This one or this one?
I like the ones with the little reindeers.
This one? For the pretzels?
Yeah.
Here's what we're going to do. You can dip your pretzel. I have some toothpicks right here in this little jar.
Are we making chocolate pretzels?
Yeah, we're making chocolate pretzels. So you can take your pretzel Dip it in the chocolate, and I have these little toothpicks that'll fit perfectly like these. And then
you eat it?
You can put it on your tray to let it dry.
Can I try?
And if you want to put some sprinkles on it like this, you can put a few little sprinkles. See that?
Oh, let me try this.
Yeah, you try that one. Pick out which sprinkles you want. Which, uh-oh, I dropped him again. He's a double dip pretzel.
That one.
I'm going to be dipping the strawberries while they're doing pretzels. Here you go, Cece. You can come to this side so you can reach it better. We are about to make some eggless nog. This recipe is from the Gooseberry Patch Jolly Holidays cookbook, the New Year's section. And I guess the purpose of this recipe was for like people who are dairy free but they want eggnog, because it uses soy milk. We're not going to use soy milk, we're going to use regular milk, but we are going to leave out the eggs. We're going to use 2 ounces of instant vanilla pudding mix. We're going to mix it with a cup of milk until it starts to thicken, and then we add everything else. So the pudding, I guess, is what gives it the thickness that the eggs would normally do. So we'll just whisk this until it thickens up. We're gonna need a little bit of sugar, some vanilla, nutmeg, cinnamon, and ginger. Okay, I think we're good with the whisk now. It's starting to thicken up a little bit there. We need 3 more cups of the whole milk, Sissy. Here comes the sugar, just a 1/4 cup since we're cutting this in half. A little over a teaspoon of vanilla. Half a teaspoon of each of the nutmeg, cinnamon, and ginger. Cinnamon. Now you refrigerate it for 1 hour before serving. So we're just going to put this in the refrigerator and we'll try it in just a little bit. Happy New Year. You ready to try this eggless nog? I could not say that.
What I'm gonna do is mix all this together. Punch, eggless nog, broccoli, carrot, celery, cheese, crackers, strawberry, chocolate strawberries. That's really good.
So first we have this original snack mix. It has bagel chips, pretzel bites and things, and these little breadstick crackers. We have some mini pretzels. There are some teeny tiny ones, extra minis in here, but we're gonna put a few of these. And we have some Parmesan Goldfish. You can also use Parmesan Cheez-Its, but our Walmart didn't have any of those in stock, so we're going with Goldfish. We need about 2 cups, which is just about this whole bag. Y'all know what? We still have to add the cashews. I'm thinking we're gonna need 2 pans. I've got a helper coming in.
Mama, why do you add these things?
We add them, we're making a Parmesan Ranch snack mix. Can you stir that pan around? This pan has more goldfish on it, but that's okay, because this all gonna go together at the end anyway. And now we put the cashews, this whole container, it's an 8 ounce.
Is it stinky or not?
Is it stinky to you?
Yeah.
It's a little stinky. He doesn't like the way those Parmesan goldfish smell.
Here, you hold this.
Thank you. The pecans are ready. We'll set these over here to the side. And we're gonna put both of these pans in the oven for 5 minutes. While those are in the oven, we'll melt the butter in the microwave. Okay, so it's been 5 minutes. We've got the first pan right here. I'm just gonna drizzle a little bit of this butter on here. Not quite half because our other pan is bigger. I'm putting the rest of it over here. And we're gonna sprinkle over the ranch mix. I may only need 1 pack. We'll see. I got 2 packs just in case. We'll see how this looks when we sprinkle it on. Oh yeah, I think we're just gonna need 1 pack. We're gonna put the rest of it over here. Now we just stir this all around to make sure that all of it gets coated with a little bit of the butter and the ranch mix, and it's going back in the oven for 10 minutes. All right, 10 minutes is up. Now we're gonna sprinkle on some Parmesan cheese. Just have some grated Parmesan. Toss it, and it's going back in for 10 more minutes, and then it's done. We'll just let it cool, and that's it for the Parmesan party mix. While the party mix is finishing up in the oven, we're gonna go ahead and start the pimento cheese balls over here in the KitchenAid. The first thing we need is 2 ounces of softened cream cheese. Next, we're gonna add the sharp cheddar. This is the whole 8-ounce block. And now we need 8 ounces of the Monterey Jack shredded. There we go. Okay, we're gonna let that mix with the cream cheese. Okay, there's the mayonnaise. We also need 3 tablespoons of drained pimentos. Now we'll mix that. Now we need 1/8 of a teaspoon of garlic powder. I'm just gonna eyeball that. And a pinch of salt. Found my little pinch measuring spoon the other day. Pinch of salt and a pinch of pepper. I could have just eyeballed that too, but it's fun to use the little pinch spoon. They say pinch, smidgen, and dash. And now we mix again. Okay. So now we just take this. You can wrap it in plastic wrap, or I'm just gonna leave it in this since I'm gonna be making it today. It's gotta go in the refrigerator for 30 minutes. If you wanted to, you can make this a couple of days ahead of time and just wrap this in some plastic wrap, wrap the bowl, you know, the little cheese ball in plastic wrap and put it in the refrigerator. And then whenever you get ready to make them, just take it out of the refrigerator. Since we're gonna make it today, I'm just gonna leave it in this bowl right here. We're gonna put it in the refrigerator for 30 minutes. Both of our party mixes are done. Are we cooled down over here? Yeah, we're cooled down pretty good. We're just gonna put this into this big bowl. Titus already tried this. He came in a second ago and he said it was really good. I think Jonah and Sissy are out here in their club. I made them some little snack mix cups to try. Party mix. Up next, it's pigs in a blanket, but we're throwing a little bit of a holiday spin on them. We're gonna use some honey pecan cream cheese spread. I never say pecan unless there's something in front of it, like honey. If there's nothing in front of it, I say pecan, but if there's a word in front of it, it comes out pecan. We're gonna use this cream cheese spread, a little bit of dried cranberries with the cocktail smoky on a biscuit. We're gonna use biscuits instead of crescent rolls since we're putting some stuff in these because it'll stay in there better. The other ones, we're gonna use this spicy cream cheese spread. And I'll do a few that are just plain for my children who love plain pigs in a blanket. We should get about 20 to 30 out of this pack. I'm not sure how many are in there. We're gonna take the honey pecan cream cheese spread. So we just spread that on. I'm gonna put just a couple of the dried cranberries because not too many will fit. Maybe about 3 or 4. And a little smoky. We'll roll it up in there. That's it. It's going on the pan. We'll try to close up the edges just a little. There we go. crescent roll. I actually looked for crescent dough sheets, but Ingles didn't have any. So we're just gonna unroll these crescent rolls. Jonah's gonna get me a little bit of flour to put under here. The other two ingredients we're using for this one, pepper jelly and cream cheese spread. So here's what we're gonna do. Jonah's got the flour. I'm gonna put just a little bit up under here so it doesn't want to stick to this cutting board. We're gonna pinch it together where you're supposed to tear it apart. We want to try to get 24 squares here. We sprayed the muffin tin, and now we're just going to put them down into the muffin tin. You don't have to press too hard, just kind of, you know, push it down in there. If they turn out more rectangle than square, that's okay. Okay, Jonah's going to put those last two in. Now we're going to take a little bit of the cream cheese spread, and we'll probably need a little spatula, Jonah. Let's see. Just about a little over a teaspoon, and we're going to put it right into the middle of each one. Now we just put some of the pepper jelly. This is crescent roll sausage balls. Instead of using Bisquick, we're going to use crescent rolls. So we've got the sausage in there, then we're going to put in 2 cups of shredded sharp cheddar. You want to eat some cheese?
Yeah.
You heard me say cheese, didn't you? While we're getting the cheese shredded, I'm also going to chop up a couple of these sweet peppers.
Can we make a cheese starter on this?
Now these peppers aren't hot at all. They're just the little sweet peppers. I'm going to go ahead and start dropping those in. All right, we've got the peppers in there. You ready to do the cheese, Manny? I'm going to go ahead and put in the 2 tablespoons of flour. Okay, we've got 1 cup of cheese. Can you put the other cheese in? We're gonna do it one at a time. One shred. You wanna just dump in the whole plate?
That's what we messed up.
Here, I'll leave you some on here. How about that? There you go. Okay, and the last thing we need for this one is the crescent rolls. We're just gonna unroll it and cut them into little squares. These are actually great value brand ones, Blue Corn tortilla chip bowls. And we also have the name brand scoop. A little bit of our guacamole, a little shrimp on top. Isn't that cute? You can also make these a lot easier by just buying the guacamole instead of making it homemade. I'm getting started on the next appetizer. I'm making some little puff pastry squares, and these are really fun because you can put whatever you want to put in them. The one thing I would do differently next time I make these though is when you cut them into the squares, so you just do just like that, cut them into a bunch of little squares, I would take a knife and make a square in the center of the puff pastry so that your filling will stay down in the middle. You'll see mine here in a minute. It all kind of puffed up, and so the filling just spread out all over the top. And I think if you put the little square indentation in the middle, it seals that part off where it won't puff up as much and your filling will stay in the middle. But other than that, these are really good. Alright, so once I got the cream cheese on there, since my cream cheese already had little pieces of peppers in it, I just topped it with bacon. But you could also put some more cheese, green onions, whatever you want to put on top. I just went with the bacon, and then once I got them all filled, I put them onto a foil-lined baking sheet, and we're just going to stick them in the oven at 350 for about 15 to 20 minutes. Just when the puff pastry starts to brown a little bit on top, then you know they're ready. Okay, y'all, it is like 4 hours later and our Cool Whip candy is still not setting up. So we're just gonna leave it in the freezer and we'll see if it eventually sets up. I'll see if I can show you. This was the first one we put in the freezer. Yeah, as you can see, it's still just mushy. I don't know. I'll try to put it, it is a little better than it was earlier when I checked it. We'll put it in this freezer in here, Cece, and see if it does better instead of the other one. But yeah, I mean, it tastes good, but it's doing that. So we're not even gonna try to dip these in chocolate because that's not happening. We'll put these in this freezer in here and see if they eventually set up, and y'all come back tomorrow to see what happened. And if you've made the Cool Whip candy and had success with it, let us know your recipe, because this one, I'm not sure. Not sure about this one. Maybe we need to try the pudding mix one. Supper is also in the oven. Y'all make sure to come back tomorrow to see what that is, because it is smelling great.
See y'all tomorrow.